Hi, my name is Phil, and I am the Student Services Student Life Career Coordinator at the San Jose campus. I am here with Dr. Tim Harvey and Mark Kinney from the World Class Massage Education, and we're going to talk about a class that they'd like to provide to our grads in the coming months, and learn a little bit more about their experience with NHI and how they got to where they are today. So please, tell me about yourselves. First.
I graduated NHI in 1997, and has led me now to basically, after 21 years in business, to look at it from a standpoint of how it is that I can help more people than I have helped. Well, the only way to do that is by teaching what it is that I know, because the more people that I teach, the more people in the end are helped. So that's kind of what has led me now into this area of being a forum educator.
Excellent. What about you?
For me, I was working for a Bay Area retailer, and it was 20 years ago, and I was hurt on the job. An NHI graduate was the new massage therapist hired by a chiropractor and a physical therapist that were helping me to recover. And they all wanted me to do what they did. The PT wanted me to be a PT, and the doctor wanted me to be a doctor, and the massage therapist said, well, what do you want to do? And I thought, well, at first I thought I couldn't do what she did. And her name's Kashi, and I'll just say that much because she's awesome to this day. But it got me thinking. And she encouraged me to go to a grad night. We were talking about that earlier. It wasn't a grad night, forgive me, it was an open house. And someone with my same story, a guy named Keith, really spoke to me about, this is why you come here. And that really was what convinced me, let me go and talk to these people some more. The counselor was great, helped me to define what I needed to do to get in. And I actually toured the classroom that I joined. It was group 12, and those same people that I saw, that was the group I joined. I went on to work for that chiropractor. He was a great teacher, he was a great mentor, and I kept going, working with a different PT, working for them actually, an acupuncturist, and working my private practice. So as time went on, they asked would I like to be in the graduate teaching program. I did. I went on to teach at NHI. That was awesome. It really focused my career in a different way. And it's been a process for not as long as Tim, but for 18 and a half years now, I guess. It is, having, you guys say, helping people have work they love, that's not just a slogan, that really is the truth, because I love what I do. I don't necessarily like dealing with the numbers and dealing with the laundry and stuff. That takes a little more patience, but when my hands are on, I can honestly say that's the best person I am, is when I'm doing my massages.
That's awesome. You both came together and formed a company called World Class Massage Education. Can you tell me about the company and what the focus and purpose of the company?
Well, Tim and I were having lunch one day, and we were talking about the educational opportunities that were available. I think you were studying with Aaron Mate. You had booked your classes to travel to Florida. And we were looking at, there was big modalities that you could take, like working with myofascial release or with cranial sacral, and they were large trainings. But smaller classes that you could take in a day or a weekend, perhaps, were a little harder to find in the Bay Area. So I had been working extensively on hands, and we decided, let's put together a class and we'll form a company. And that is how World Class Massage Education came about. So we are on-site therapists. We are people who go and do this. It's not something that we retired from. We want to always be on the front lines working with our clients. And then we also want to come to NHI. We want to come and benefit schools or spas. Anybody who has some questions about how do I do this. Massage is a field that is growing and growing and growing. When we all got started, most of the time it was your private practice, or maybe you could work at the Claremont or the Fairmont. That was pretty much it. And now it's awesome to see people say, oh yeah, my daughter's a therapist, or I go to my son's therapist, or I'm retiring next month and I'm going to school. So that massage is everywhere and it's understood now.
That's true, and that's something I really appreciate about our industry as well, is that it continues to grow and evolve, and the more education that is available to not just therapists or to students, but to the general public, to help them understand what it is that we do, I think it just helps to continue the, I'm trying to look for that word you're looking for too, penetration of massaging into our culture, where touch is okay, and that the work that we do is more than just, here's some oil and let me rub it on your arm for you.
Yes.
That there's so much more behind that.
And forgive me for digressing. If you could talk about certification, CFTC and NATCERT.
It's really a whole nother world right now, and employers are expecting more. We now have more and more states that are requiring either national certification or in many cases just their own certifications and licenses and sort of thing. And so the bar is slowly being raised on the industry. So, and that's a good thing. And we'd like to see that kind of stuff because basically, you know, we want to see massage therapy taken as a very serious, and you know, as one of my other teachers said, it's sort of like out of the parlor and into the serious realm of healthcare.
Could you tell me a little bit about this workshop that you were wanting to do here at NHI for one of our grad nights?
Well, thank you. At the Massage Fair in Emeryville, we reconnected with some people we hadn't seen in a very long time. Charlene was there when Tim and I were both working there. And it was her suggestion that we take elements of the hand anatomy class and give them to graduates. This really just honestly, I don't want to sound cliche, but it really thrilled us. The idea of what is now 10 months of work on this one class, the essence of it given to someone who's willing to come back home to NHI, invest a couple of hours, and leave. Our motto is learn it in class, use it tomorrow. And we mean it. So that a person can take these $1 million tools, which it's going to be $1 million that a person's going to make from what they learned here if they apply themselves. And they can be a skilled owner-operator of this. One simple little twist of a wrist at the TFCC can sideline a therapist. And, you know, if you fall on a snowboard, if you fall on some stairs, if you do parkour or something, and even if you're strong, one little mishap can put you out.
Yeah.
If you don't know what's hurting you, meaning you don't know the anatomy, you can't pinpoint the discomfort, you can't put a stop to it. You can't know what is this in my ergonomics or what is this in my structure that is interfering with my massage. And that vision for this class is to give a person a foundation for very detailed study of working with either one of Tim's specialties, which is Stuart Thompson's STR, is that correct? STR. Working with Aaron Mate's active isolated stretching or active isolated strengthening. We love anatomy, and it doesn't mean that a person, you know, has to take that path. But when any of the educators here, when anybody can be someone's mentor, you save them time by saying, okay, here's the silly mistakes I made, don't do that. And here's the things that I do well, take what you like and leave the rest. So that if a person can be inspired, if they can think that it's fun, it's like, wow, I can't believe this, I'm studying this, I'm getting it. That's the joy of being, and I'm sure you know, Phil, it's a joy of being a teacher when you see somebody's eyes light up and suddenly they're just like a youngster or even a child that's just, you know, the future is completely possible. You know, their old training, maybe experiences that they've had in the past melt away, and suddenly they're just the person they were meant to be, and they take that gift out into the world. If I can be a part of that, that's a good day.
I agree completely. It's when the light bulb comes on, it's the aha moment, and it gives you that feeling of, I actually have purpose. There's something to what I'm doing. It's incredibly rewarding. You mentioned that you do educational opportunities in other places. Where else do you
Well, one of the things that we decided when we started the company was exactly what you described. How do you make this a community? How do you as a business offer service? So in Tim's comment about these professional dinners, the purpose of those is literally, what do I, Mark, bring to the table that I can give? It's not about, oh, here's my card, please take my class, or here's my card, please buy a massage. I have a person who's coming to Monday, so if you're free Monday, we'll give you the information. We'd love to have you. Some sports massage books for her that I'm not using, and it's my gift. It's, you know, what can we do to share what we have? And the business reflects that in that we're going to share the information that we know. So between the two of us, we've got nearly 40 years of experience, literally for the asking. You know, for a person who were to come to me now and say, you know, I want to be a hand specialist, or if a person comes to Tim and says, I want to be a sports massage specialist, we can shorten that timeline as much as their resource and drive allows. The on-site section of our business is about applying it. It's about taking it and being, as you said, with that one client where I'm like an emotional camel. When I give great service to someone and their pain goes away, I can just be on a natural high for 3 weeks. And it's just something that gets me through the day to the next step where I might not be enjoying traffic, or I might just, you know, my CD player is not working. But I can still, you know, remember that, you know what, I did something. And I can honestly say at the end of my days, I won't regret the time I've spent in the massage field. So the business is trying to encompass all of that. Give somebody community, empower them for what they already bring to the table. Help them to ask in a very positive way of, you know what, I'd like to pursue this. Who can help me with this? Because if they can see it, they can be it. And then, you know, to work with the community at large. So whatever a school or whatever a spa or whatever someone else is doing, if they ask and we can help, we'll be there.
Excellent. So my last question to both of you is, now that you've been out the field for as long as you have, what's the thing that NHI gave you to help you get to where you are?
I think that for me, it was just the sense that I can do this, the sense of fulfillment that I was looking for.
The first thing that came to mind was confidence. Massage was the first thing that I was able to succeed in something I felt was on my own.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank you both, Dr. Harvey and Mark, for coming in and doing this little impromptu interview. They're, again, from World Class Massage Education, and thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again.